Good morning. Welcome back to the show. James Rule, XRP. Tuesday, September the 2nd, 2025. Time for another video. We're going to cover a few things. We're going to look at some XRP derangement syndrome idiots that are posting smack and trash about XRP. And I hate to post it, but when you have a major token like Litecoin, which I do not own, go out and bash the XRP army and just think it's fun and funny and they have 1.2 million followers, I have to share it just to show you how stupid they really are. So we're going to look at things. We're going to look at news. We're going to have a good time. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a crypto teacher. We're going to start by looking at some serious things that I have seen over the past 5 years and some things that we need to talk about, especially if you're brand new to crypto, because, you know, there's scammers out there and there's scammers out there that are wanting to get your information. They're wanting to get your email addresses, your passwords, your crypto wallets, your cash, and everything else. And here's one that I received this morning. Supposedly they were acting as if they were Apple. And if you look at the sender's email address, market analysis at intrasend.org, this is not Apple. It says, your account is under review. We've noticed unusual activity on your iCloud account. To protect your details, we've temporarily limited access until you confirm a few things. Please sign in securely to verify your identity and restore full use of your account. Do not click on links, people. Do not click on links. They're wanting your login information. They're wanting to take over your information. They're wanting to get into your bank accounts, your crypto wallets. Do not trust anyone, especially emails. Look at who's sending it. This is a scam email. And I'm going to cover a few things right here that has been shared by the community this morning. And I want you to listen up, because your keys to your castle is the most expensive things that you're ever going to own. Your recovery phrases to your private wallets. Scammers will rush you into sending private information via email, text messages, phone calls, social media comments. Trust no one, people. Never share your private recovery phrases. When you set up crypto wallets, private wallets, you're going to write down a series of words that are your recovery phrases. It's either going to be 12 words or 24 words. These are for you to recover your wallets on the blockchain in the event you break your phone, your cold wallet hardware, or whatever. Only you. These are the keys to your castle, people. No matter what you get, whether it be a text, a letter in the mail, an email, a phone call, whatever, do not share the keys to your castle, because they can recreate your wallets in their phone and drain your wallets dry, people. Never click on email links or never download software within emails, and never scan a QR code in an email, ever. Never give away your private information, your email address, your passwords, or whatever, and never share your cryptocurrency wallet addresses ever, your XRP wallet address, because they are transparent. People can go on the internet and put in your wallet address and see how many Bitcoin you have, how many XRP you have, how many Ethereum you have, how many whatever you have, and that is going to entice them to try to bug the hell out of you until you give them your information. Major companies, cryptocurrency exchanges, crypto wallet companies will never contact you. Keep your privacy private. And if you don't think you can handle keeping your privacy information, keeping your information private, check out iTrustCapital. I have an IRA with iTrustCapital that's 100% safe. I have a premium custody account with iTrustCapital that keeps my crypto safe with institutional custody. No one is going to touch my crypto. iTrustCapital.com/James Rule. I repeat, iTrustCapital.com/James Rule. Check it out and tell them James Rule XRP sent you there. CoinGecko.com, total crypto market, $3.86 trillion. Bitcoin is up a little bit. We're at $109,381 per coin. Ethereum is $4,324 per coin. XRP is right at $2.80. Are you backing up the truck? It's under $3. There's opportunities, not financial advice. And there are thousands of cryptocurrencies out there that you need to tear down and understand what they were created for, what they're used for, whether they're just a meme coin, a doggy coin, or whatever with no utility. I'm a utility junkie, people. I invest in technology. I invest in the future. I invest in life-changing, game-changing institutional wealth, or not institutional, but generational wealth that is going to take place, because XRP is number 4. It is my top holding for a reason, because I've researched the XRP ledger for the past 8 years, and I know exactly what the XRP ledger is. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's look at some of these idiots. So Digital Asset Investor posted this. These two guys have a podcast, and they're so cool. They're wearing their caps backwards. But, you know, these ass clowns have a serious case of XRP derangement syndrome. Bless their hearts. And they're going to be cleaning our toilets on our yachts, people. Listen to this shit.
And that's why I thought it was important to put together this series of frequently asked questions for Bitcoiners that they can use in the future when deciding which type of bankrupt shitcoiner to hire to clean their toilets. A number of questions here. Why not use XRP, ADA, Cardano, or Hex holders to clean your toilet in the future? Reason number 1, cleaning toilets properly is a skill set that probably exceeds the meager cognitive abilities of almost all holders of XRP, Cardano, Hex, and other cryptos. These people may also understand little to nothing about personal hygiene. That's another problem. So they may find the concept of cleaning an external object like a toilet, when they can't even clean themselves, cleaning an external object like a toilet, they may find this concept extremely confusing and frustrating. Remember, these are people who literally believe that the world is going to move to a hex standard. Reason number two, if you use an XRP holder to clean your toilet, you might also end up catching a social disease from them. So please be careful. A lot of these XRP people are quite creepy.
Yeah, we're creepy, all right. And you guys are flipping idiots. Idiots! Look what Zip had to say. Bitcoin maxis are getting nervous. The more FUD, which means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, they push about XRP, the better I feel about it. Bitcoin is losing its relevance. I'm sorry. We can all see it. Utility is the new standard. And you know what? These Bitcoin maxis are going to be looking for new jobs soon. So, you know, here's a good start for you, Bitcoin maxis. If you go to Indeed job search, you can see that there are a ton of American janitorial jobs that start at like $10 an hour, you know, because these places need their toilets cleaned and different things. So, you know, go to Indeed.com and in job search, type in American janitor. Okay, we were talking about Litecoin. This is an embarrassment. And it's really professional, Litecoin, really professional. And they said, thank you. And I'm going to read their comment, but I'm going to show you the replies from the XRP army, the XRP community. XRP Dream says, good knowing you. Litecoin is a dead coin. Everybody knows it. Here's the toilet. You know, it's sickening that Litecoin has 1.2 million followers. And they say this. Fun fact, a comet smells like rotten eggs, urine, burning matches, and almonds. Most scientists say the closest comparison to this phenomenon on Earth is the ideal that tokens called XRP would be sold off to retail investors with the illusion that a digital bank drive-up tube is worth more than the money it transfers back and forth because there are so many tokens in existence and everyone will want one because the banking systems of the world have been quietly making deals over a decade to make XRP the replacement for SWIFT, and the president is sleeping with Brad Garlic Mouse. Really? I mean, Litecoin, is this something that you had to think real hard about when you posted this? You flipping idiots. Bless your heart. So even the Swift CIO is scared to death. He takes aim at XRP, saying that surviving the lawsuit is not resilience. Really? Put yourself in our shoes, Mr. Swift, and go through everything that we've gone through in the past 5 years for a level playing field. Put yourself in our shoes. There was a post here on LinkedIn. Osama E said that Ripple's XRP stands alone as the blockchain that's been battled hardened nearly 5 years of intense regulatory scrutiny, providing its resilience like no other. For over a decade, Ripple has been vocal about prioritizing compliance, trust, and interoperability, working hand in hand with global regulators to meet stringent standards while driving innovation in cross-border payments. And Tom Zak, Chief Innovation Officer at Swift, says that surviving lawsuits isn't resilience. Neutral shared governance is. Institutions don't want to live on a competitor's rails. And compliance isn't about the one company convincing regulators that should be allowed to operate. It's about an entire industry agreeing on sharing standards that no single balance sheet control. Blah, 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 blah. The negativity, the nervousness, knowing that the Swift ecosystem is like the blockbuster video of Netflix, just like Bitcoin is the blockbuster video and XRP is Netflix. Faster, cheaper, stronger, all of the above. Brad Garlinghouse already stated that by 2030, blockchain is going to take up at least 13 or 14% of the Swift ecosystem, which means trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars in daily transactions. XRP Crow at status. Over 7 years, 18 posters, over 9,000 XRP members. Each poster is a snapshot of our journey. And the legend continues. XRP community poster number 18 is here. Buy it now. A memory for your XRP journey. I have about 10 of these posters spread throughout my house, and pretty soon I'm going to have to get a bigger house to fit them all in, and that is my goal. I'll leave a link below. Pick up the latest version of the XRP community poster. It is beautiful. You can frame it. It shows the historical data of the current statistics of XRP in the XRP community, in the XRP army. So I was going through looking at usdebtclock.org, and they have came up with this PDF download, The New Money Revolution, A Golden Age. And it looks at the history of money. It looks at the feds. It looks at how the banks are ripping off and using your money to make 100x times on the money you have in savings, and they're paying you 0.05% APY on your money. And there's a couple of illustrations here. This one right here hits pretty hard. It says the deflating dollar in slow motion. So back in 1913, the US dollar was worth $1. In 1933, FDR gold seizure, it was worth 77 cents. Bretton Woods, come on down a little bit. It's worth a little bit less. And then 1971, Nixon pulled the gold standard, and we dropped down to about a quarter worth. And then today, the US dollar is worth 3 pennies, a 97% drop. And look at the money supply. 1913, there was 20 billion. In 1960, it was up 1,100% from the money printer. And then in 2025, there is $22 trillion money supply in circulation because the money printer went the biggest inverse correlation in human history, an epic fail on a monumental scale. This loss of value of the fiat Fed dollar is the worst financial crime ever conceived. Generational wealth stolen in a grand scheme to turn a nation into a land of serfs where a tiny minority of the top benefit from the labor of millions with hardly a word of scorn until now. And here's one for you: fractional tokenized intrinsic real assets. The old way was corporate capital gains personal. And then the new way is fractional tokenized intrinsic real assets. The tokenization of things, owning pieces of valuable things around the world because it's tokenized. We're looking at tokenized stocks. We're looking at tokenized real estate. We're looking at tokenized personal items. We're looking at tokenized documents, tokenized voting, tokenized everything. It's coming to fruition, and money is being reinvented. And this new age of digital, this new age of blockchain is going to make so many people around the world wealthy because you got into it early. You got into it before anybody else. You got into it now. So many people in your community don't even know what crypto is. A lot of people have not heard of Bitcoin. Many people have heard of Bitcoin, but do they know what Bitcoin is? Many people have not heard of XRP. You go to your local grocer, your local bank, your local bar, your local restaurant, your local whatever, and holler XRP, and they're going to look at you like a deer in the headlights, people. That's why I share this information, because I want you to share my videos, because I want the world to know what these blockchain technologies are going to do. Just like back in the days when you could have bought Google stock or Amazon stock or Walmart stock right when they got started, you'd be multi-millionaire, billionaire today. Well, by jumping into a $2.77 XRP or XLM or HBAR or Flare or VeChain or whatever, or ADA or whatever, you have the opportunity of a lifetime, people. Go back 3 or 4 videos and look at the different blockchain ecosystems. Look at the web pages. Understand why they were created. Understand what problem they are solving, and understand how they are going to change the world forever, people. Be sure to subscribe to the James Rule Crypto Show. I make daily videos. I get the news. I get comments. I give you my opinion. I give you my speculation. But share my videos. Enjoy the ride. James Rule XRP is out of here. I told you so.